was into telling jokes that don't hit in the beginning, but I know in my heart they're funny. Right. I know they are funny and they can be funny, but I have to learn, say the exact same thing, but make my facial delivery different. That's what it's all about. You know what I mean? Right. So like I do a joke. Me and you, I missed you 2 weeks ago. I came into the city. I did one of Drew's like the all-star type of show. He said I got everybody except Marcy couldn't make it. So you couldn't make it. He asked you.
Oh, so that must have been, I don't know exactly when that must have been the 16th.
Yes.
Yes, I was away. My aunt had a 90th birthday party. So yeah, I was away.
Right. So it was funny because Drew's like, no pressure. But if you could come down and do this show, I guess he said, I have some people I want to really impress. And the lineup was amazing. And he's like, and I got everybody I want, unfortunately, except Marcy. And I'm like, all right, I'll come. I'm going to do it without my girl, but all right.
And I hope y'all killed it. I know y'all did.
Yeah, it was good, but it was tough, man, because it's like was right when COVID was, a couple of weeks ago. I wiped down that microphone and put a condom on it. I said, oh no. Plus, you know what? Here's my thing. Let's talk about the COVID on the microphone.
But I'm just curious, was the crowd, was there a nice crowd that night?
The crowd was good. Yeah, I recorded my set. I record everything I do, whether it's to beat myself up or in case I say something off the top of my head that was funny. I always record everything.
Right.
The crowd was good. I think he had a lot of seats sold, but I was shocked at how much he had sold for as bad as COVID was.
Right.
Because, rape, people, they didn't want it, I don't know how shit going now down there.
Right. Well, you know what? It's funny. I haven't really been going out that much, honestly. I've said I'm not really doing open mics like that. If it's a show, I'll do a show. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm not ripping and running doing open mics until they, this stuff start going down. But I won't turn down a show opportunity. But to risk it for people getting up there with notebooks and still trying to, I ain't doing that.
No, when there was a mic tonight in Rochester here, and it's really the only good mic is on Tuesday night, and I was still like, nah, but my girlfriend got COVID. She lives in the house with me right now. You know what I'm saying? But I never got it.
Right.
And it's been 7 days now. I should have got sick by now, right, Lauren? I don't fucking know. What does Lauren know? She got COVID and she's coming up negative every day with her COVID ass over there in that house. Now,
my expired rapid test was negative.
But I'm telling you, it's crazy you're testing negative it's crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of overlap though with other bronchitis and
I don't know. You've been traveling. You checked off every box.
I'm a prime candidate. I've been to a hockey game and NHL.
You were on the airlines.
Okay, all right. Well, listen, as long as you quarantining or how you treat. Yeah,
she's negative, so she seems to be.
I was negative before I hopped on a plane. And I've been laying low since I got back, just in case. So.
Yeah, but maybe you did catch a cold. Lauren is like the only person that caught a cold during a COVID outbreak.
Because you know what they did? Because again, we can't say anything is really 100%.
Right.
Because I remember a few weeks ago on The View, they had tested, they thought they were negative, but they wasn't.
Yeah.
Come to find out something was wrong with the test that they took because they retested and they was not
they weren't positive.
Right.
And that was bad because they told them on air, which I was like, that was such a bad.
What's this whole story? Wait, I didn't catch me up.
Okay, go ahead, Lauren. Yes. Yeah.
So I think they do the tests every day. They did the rapid tests, I believe rapid. Again, it's been a little bit, so I don't remember all the details. And they go on air, and two of the co-hosts tested positive, and they go on air and they're like, I'm sorry, we have to like interrupt and Whoopi and so get off the stage. Or Joe, whoever it was, tested positive.
They couldn't even do a commercial.
Now, it would think, right? Now, mind you, this is live. Now look at this, and this is how it's something things you never forget. Now, mind you, this is the show that they were going to have Kamala Harris on. So they had to, she was already there in the studio. So what happened was they kept her in some office or something, and they mic'd her in the office, and they was asking her questions from the office. It was crazy. It was crazy. And they come to find out those tests were not right, because then they tested again and it wasn't negative.
Yeah, like the next day they found out something with the test and they were like, oops. And we're like, it was just a bad production thing overall. It looked pretty bad.
And when I tell you, it's like they were sitting at the table,
dressed, ready to go.
Yeah, they said, Sonny and somebody, okay, you gotta leave. You gotta leave right now. Now, mind you, we're watching this. We're the audience. I'm sitting at home like, what the hell is going on? You know what I'm saying? Did they find out that she really not legal? She an immigrant? What the hell is going on here?
Department of Homeland Security.
You know what I'm saying? So they took the things, and you can see it in Sunny's face. She's like, what? Because they didn't. She's like, what's going on? So she took the thing out her ear, and she took her little notepad and a phone and started walking off the set. I said, oh. It was crazy. And then the next day, Joy was like, how it was a mistake. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. But mind you, they had Kamala Harris ready to come and sit at the table with them. And then when that broke out, they left her back in some office or something. They didn't even bring her out.
So a little segue here. There was that story, and we're not talking news yet, but there was that story of the woman who was on a flight to somewhere in Europe or
tested positive on the flight.
She had kept, because maybe she's going to Iceland. Yeah. So they had to do all the tests, you have to do tests within so many hours of your travel, and it can get really complicated. Yeah. And so she tested like 5 times before the flight. And for some reason, it still baffles me because I read it and she tested on the flight. And when she tested on the flight, because she had a sore throat or something, she tested positive, and she's like, oh. And so she talked to the you have to like read all the details, because the story that you see is like, sounds wilder than it is. But the flight attendants were like, okay, you're locked in here.
Right.
And she was in the bathroom.
Hours.
Right. Let me tell you something. First of all, when I use the bathroom on the airplane, I barely, I'm not gonna lie, it's so, again, because I'm so tall, I literally almost have to leave the door open just to use the bathroom. So I don't know how she did it. I would not have stayed. I'm sorry, the plane would have just been COVID.
Just put a double mask on and leave me in the back.
Nah, I wouldn't have stayed in that bathroom. I would have had a panic attack.
I would too, but that's because every time I fly, I have a panic attack.
Yeah, she in there. She got videos going. She's standing on the toilet. She's like, hey, look at me. I'm in the bathroom. Man, listen, she could be famous all she wanted. It wouldn't have been me. I would have sat in my seat. I would have put 3-4 masks on. Yeah. I would have put a shield.
Yeah.
Whatever they wanted me to put on, I would have sat in my seat. I would not have moved until that flight landed. I wouldn't have even spoke. If I wanted to, I would have wrote it down on a piece of paper. But I'll be damned if I would have stayed in some bathroom for 4 or 5 hours.
Shut the door. You're too tall. You can't be put in the bathroom.
I just don't see myself testing on the plane.
Unless I was thinking she got a text saying, oh, you're positive.
No, it said that she did a rapid on the plane.
So she tested herself.
I wouldn't have told nobody. I wouldn't be testing
I don't think
myself.
I would have done what you guys said. I would have wrapped myself up, multiple masks, not talked to anybody, but I would have.
But listen, you working in the hospital, you have on a mask. It's the same thing. If you're wearing your mask, you're not going to spread it. Just keep it on.
That's true. When you think about it, Cindy, you're absolutely right. Look at all of the doctors and nurses who are
working around COVID 24/7.
Who they know have it.
but that's proved to you that the masks and shit work right there. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. If the doctors can I don't know, that's crazy ass story. But anyway, let me just talk to you about the microphone and stand-up comedy. Okay. These people, now when I started to do stand-up, I would be like number 20 on the open mic list. And I would get up there. And my first thought was like, this microphone is nasty as fuck. It smelled like someone's asshole. And I'm always taking my time trying to make sure I don't put that shit near my mouth. Pre-COVID, 4 young girls went up before me, talked about sucking dick.
Right.
So then when COVID came out, I thought, oh my God, this was before it was even a big deal. I said, now I got an excuse to not look crazy when I wiped that filthy microphone off. Right. And then I got these little foam condoms because when I used to do the radio show, I used to put the foam condom over the mic. And then I'd take that foam condom home and I'd wash it. That's, because I got a thing, those are nasty. So now I'm telling you, I'm put that condom on that mic. I'm going to wipe it down and I just turn it into my opening joke now. Wipe that shit down like this. That's not a motion I'm good at. See what I'm saying?
It looks like you got a little expertise there.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? Now, I'm not good at that up and down stroking, but Marcy, how long you been married?
Okay, so hold on. So I've been, all right, Lord, I hope she ain't listening. Shit. 4 years.
And you've been together how long?
Been together for 22.
Yeah. 22. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I've been locked down for half my life. Clank, clank.
But yeah, so because I know you do discuss, I think you did something about your relationship and how long and your bit, right?
Well, it's funny.
Some of your jokes.
Very seldom. She doesn't want to be a part of my comedy.
Neither does my girlfriend. She don't want to. She don't even want me telling jokes in front of her family. She don't even like when I talk about Cindy's spreading lick. She's like,
so, listen, it's a fine line, but it's a line that I have to respect if I want a happy home. So, but listen, at the same time, it's so many other things to joke about. Look at the world we living in. It's,
right.
So, I said, listen, don't come to me if I get famous and I ain't talking about your ass then. Don't try to reverse this back because it's not gonna happen.
Well, I tell you, that's pretty funny because I do jokes about my kids. I do jokes about one of my brothers. I do jokes about my dad. They want me to talk shit about him.
But it's funny. I'm glad you brought that up because, like I said, I'm a new jack, and I'm good with saying that because I'm learning so much about the genre of live comedy. And obviously in writing, and I'm not gonna lie, I haven't gotten around to talking about my family members yet, because I still want them to be in my life. So how do you manage talking about your family and them still talking to you after you talked about them?
Well, so my kids love it because I just talk about how stupid they are. They think it's funny. They don't care.
Okay.
I do jokes about my kids being dumb.
Okay.
My kids give me a lot of material. And the reason why I love to do jokes about my kids is because now, as someone in their older 50s with children in their late 20s like me, or they can relate to that. Parents, even if any parent can relate. Then I'm getting those millennials who can relate because I'm making fun of my kids and they're like, they're seeing it. So that's why I love to do like my kid, kind of like kid jokes, you know what I mean? Because I hit. But then I also talk about my brother who's married to porn star, so he don't care. Now I did tell, because they came to one of my shows and I was like, you know what? I really need to talk to his second